Is it the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or is it the UFPC, the Ultimate Fighting Political Championship? Stay tuned on the 6th round to find out in just a few moments. That was a garbage opening. I want to come on here and talk about some big news they just headlined all over the MMA world web, and it's the fact that UFC has decided to cut more fighters. I know what you're thinking, BJ Penn is gone. No, he's on a 7-fight losing streak, but he is still on the UFC roster. However, Canadian top prospect in the middleweight division, record 18-3, the Greek god, I guess the god is the male version of goddess. Elias, the main event Theodorou, has been released by the UFC. What a piece of shit. Not you, Elias. I love you. I mean, I'm growing my hair out for you. But I mean the UFC. This whole organization is just, in my opinion, morally crumbling. Elias is one of the true mixed martial artists left. That's fine. He hasn't finished people in quite some time, but he's won decisively. He has amazing cardio, and he always tries to put on a show. And I'm always entertained. If you're not, that just means you don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't know? Okay. But he just fought 2 weeks ago on the co-main event, mind you, of UFC Ottawa, where he fought Derek Brunson. And yes, he lost by unanimous decision, and that's fine. Maybe the performance wasn't the best, the most electrifying, but that's a two-way streak. It takes two to tango or two to not tango. So why is he being the only one penalized? Let's not forget that before that, he had a close decision victory against Eric Anders, a huge top prospect and deadly threat. He beat Trevor Smith, Dan Kelly, Cesar Vajeda, Sam Alvey. The only people he's lost to, besides Derek Brunson, is Brad Tavares and the guy that's going up for the light heavyweight strap right now, Thiago Santos. Freeze! I know what you're thinking. They're in a different division, and you're absolutely right. These are the guys that Elias is fighting, guys that are significantly bigger than him. That is not fair. I think maybe you should say, Elias, why don't you try moving down to 170? 185 maybe isn't the place for you, which I would beg to differ. Being 3 in your last 4 fights tells me that that's exactly the place for you. But because you're not exciting enough, they let them go. This is why I believe the UFC is a political fucking nightmare, because BJ Penn, 0-7 in his last 7 fights, and he is still on the UFC roster. Anderson Silva hasn't had an exciting performance besides the Israel Adesanya fight, but mark my words, side note, it was only an exciting fight because Israel Adesanya likes to bring the fight, because if it wasn't, they would both have both fighters on either side of the octagon playing pitter-patter. But this is not about that, it's about Elias. I hope he gets a chance in the future, or I hope he gets picked up by Bellator or even ONE FC or something like that, because he's a truly remarkable talent. I'm just thinking out loud, and I want to talk to you guys about it. I want to pick your brains about it. I want you guys to leave a comment below why you think, why you agree or disagree about the release of Elias Theodorou. I am on team no way in hell should he have been cut, and I'm sticking to that. I just feel like he's a remarkable talent, and by cutting people who are literally on a 75% victory streak in their last 4 fights, it's really a bad taste in my mouth to cut those guys, especially when they've been fighting top contenders. I'm so sorry, first of all, to Elias. I love you, buddy. You're still one of my favorite fighters, and I can't wait to watch you in whatever organization, because you're going to shine no matter what. I just hope the UFC gets their heads out of the asses and realize that you are a truly remarkable talent, and this is the sport of mixed martial arts, not the sport of wanting to show a fan someone getting knocked out or knocked the fuck out in a couple minutes. This isn't a mixed martial arts fight. There is different levels to this. There's different avenues to this. It's not all about knockout kings standing in front of each other toe-to-toe and knocking each other's teeth out. That's not fair, because in my opinion, Elias Theodorou got cut for being a tactician, which sucks. Anyways, thank you so much. Like, dislike, let me know what you think. Stay tuned. We got things happening every single week, and UFC, good call on cutting Elias but not cutting BJ Penn, Anderson Silva, or the Diaz brothers that never want to fight, or Conor McGregor, who's pretty much a convict, or John Jones, who's literally the only steroid exempt fighter of all time, and the fighters that Elias Theodorou beat, but the fight was boring, so you cut Elias, which is weird. So that makes sense that Elias has to go, but yet they get to stay. But meanwhile, they lost to Elias, so that's cool. That's great, guys. Thank you so much for following along. Dana White, and I don't know if you see this or not, but I still love you, but I'm upset. Take care, see you later, and enjoy the beautiful weather. Unless you're somewhere cold, then I'm sorry. Bye.